Good morning, everyone. Hello to you all from Chicago, Illinois. For me, I'm here at the Meditation Center of Chicago. This is their main meditation hall, and it is so beautiful. If you're in the area, please feel free to come check it out. But today, the topic that I wanted to talk about is the morning routine. For those who are looking for a full-blown what monks do in the morning to prepare themselves, you can check out the previous video that I did. I even have one for an evening routine. But for those who want to incorporate some kind of routine, but they don't have as much time, I want to give you a simple, practical approach as a starting point that you can integrate into yourself that is quick, short, but also very powerful. And this is something that I just came up with myself, and I call it the $1 morning routine. But before we get started, we need to clarify of what is the purpose of a morning routine. And many people are talking about this topic, but the lens that they're going to look at this from is the lens of productivity. Waking up, let me get up as early as I can, and let me do as much as I can, and let me shove it all in there. And there's a to-do list, and we just go down the line. But for us, coming from the spiritual path, the path of training one's mind, the purpose of the morning routine for us is not to get up and do as much as you can, but the purpose of this morning routine for us is to come back to stillness, because this is a training of the mind, and this is the focus for us. But in this video, like I said, I want to give you practical, simple routine that you can follow. There's 4 steps, so we'll just get right into it. Step number 1 is to meditate. When we wake up in the morning, go use the restroom, go make your bed, and then come back to meditate. This is important, and it's quite beneficial as the first thing to do in the morning, because your mind is already still. From a good night's rest, the mental activity for yourself is less than it's been throughout the day. So from this period, cultivate a practice where I'm not ready to plan for the rest of the day yet. Naturally, your mind will start to plan. Naturally, your mind will start to wander, and no problem. So we are already still in the morning. Now close your eyes, and we get an opportunity to deepen it. And this meditation practice is important because it helps us to be more focused, to be more clear. It helps us to be more calm, and all it takes to establish this morning routine is pick a small amount of time that is sustainable for you. So I would recommend just a minimum 5 minutes a day for beginners. If children who are doing this, just 1 minute a day, and that is a great start, but minimum, and also every single morning. The other important part is, if some days you want to sit a bit longer, you're having a great meditation experience, then continue, allow yourself to sit. But every single day, just minimum 5 minutes a day. And the analogy that I use is we're showering. Every single day, because the physical body gets dirty, we know to develop this habit to shower the physical body. But for the mind also gets dirty. And we're simply taking a shower for the mind. And the way we clean the mind is to meditate. So starting this morning routine, meditation is so critical that can definitely go a long way to set you up for success for the rest of the day. And this is step number 1. Step number 2, at the end of your meditation, hopefully now your mind has settled even more. Your mind is a little bit more still, a little bit more calm. It has more space, and it has more clarity. And then at the end of your meditation, spread loving kindness and start with yourself first. Why? We start with ourselves first because it's the easiest. We care for ourselves. And then from that, just spread this good feeling that you've developed from meditation to cover every single pore in your body. Loving kindness means that may you be free from suffering, may you be free from harm, may you be free from ill will, all this positive feeling. Cover yourself with that. Then just take a moment to really feel that. Wow, that is an amazing feeling. Then after that, then spread it even bigger and spread it to cover this loving kindness. Cover anyone in your home, in the room that you're sitting in, and again, just feel it. Very relaxing. May everyone I wish good things for them. No harm, no suffering, no ill will. Now spread that beautiful energy that you cultivated from your meditation to cover your whole city, cover the whole country, and then cover the whole world. But this is such a wonderful practice to start out in the morning as generosity, as giving to yourself and giving to others. The analogy that I can use why we use loving kindness at the end of our meditation is kind of like a car radio. And some car radios have static, and you can't quite hear the songs, you can't quite hear the signal. The signal and the connection is not as strong. But for us, we like to spread loving kindness at the end of the meditation because, like I said, when you're already more still, your signal is clear. Your signal is crisp and sharp. And now, from that stillness, spread the loving kindness yourself and others. This is step number 2. Step number 3 is, after that, make a resolution. Resolution for me is setting the framework and setting the path for your future life. Resolutions for me, example would be that may you have good health, may you have happiness. Wherever you go, may you be surrounded by people who are loving and supportive with no hidden agendas. May you not have enemies wherever you go. Wherever you go, may you be met with kind people. Any of the projects that you're engaged in, may you be met with success. May you have good health and happiness. And all these things is a good, gentle reminder. What I find is when we set these resolutions is then everything else follows. What do I mean by that? And for us is we're made of body and mind. And what comes first? Body or the mind? And for us is what comes first is the mind. And for the mind that is still bright and clear, we make a resolution, we set a trajectory for our life, and then afterwards, your internal parts will start to follow. Your outside world will then start to follow. As we set these resolutions and goals for ourselves, then unconsciously, we will tune with the goals. Unconsciously and then consciously, then your thoughts will start to follow this. Your speech will start to follow this. Your actions will start to follow this goal. And then the goal and the resolutions that you set out will hopefully start to bleed through and will start to come through. But making a resolution, I feel like it's so powerful and can make us very hopeful as well. Another reason why I find that making resolution is so important is because as humans, we have short attention spans and we forget things, right? And why we need to do this every day is because it's a self-reminder of the things that are important to us. So when we set these resolutions every single day, strategically, you're already teaching yourself of what's important. So from that, then you can design a life that will match. And like I said, all your actions, thoughts, and speech will start to align with that to get you where you need to go. Step number 4, and the last step in this morning routine, is to donate $1. Just put it in a jar, put it in a cupboard or a dresser drawer that you can keep. And I partner this donation with while I'm making a resolution. I give the resolution and then I put this $1 in a jar. For those out there, you can use a penny, you can use a nickel, dime, the amount is not the issue. But for me, when I was practicing myself as a layperson, I use $1 because it was the most tangible for me. I would go to the bank, I would cash in a $100 bill, take out $100 of $1 bills, and then use this for my practice. How it made sense for me is because I feel like every single day we're always asking from the world, please give me, give me, give me. I want this, I want that. But for me it's, well, when are you actually giving to the world? And we need a balance as well. In Buddhism, for us, we talk about merit. Merit is the good, pure energy that arises when we do good things, when we meditate, when we give of our time, of our resources, of our encouragement, of our forgiveness, our loving kindness. When we do these kind of things, it helps to brighten the mind. And for me, this analogy is of a car. And many people have goals, many people have resolutions and hopes and dreams. Yeah, that's one part of the equation. But the other part of the equation, once you have your destination, just like a car, what's the second part? And the second part is you need the gas. You need energy to propel this vehicle to get there. And I find that when we give something in the morning, then it produces this pure energy that we can collect, and this is the gas that can propel our life forward for us achieving our dreams and our hopes. And at the end, for me, after a month or so, then I would collect all this and then I would go donate. For myself, I donated at the temple in Azusa, California. But for you, go to a church, go to a mosque, give it to a shelter. Like, it doesn't matter where you're going to, but practice this act of giving and generosity and to make merit. So there you have it. To summarize this morning routine, the 4 steps is: in the morning, meditate every single day. After that, spread loving kindness, make a resolution, and then make an offering. Just put $1 in a jar, and I'm telling you, this will change your whole life. And this, for me, I practiced for many years. And I just started to notice that I became more happier. I became more grounded and focused. My mind was more bright. And imagine, just in the morning, just these simple steps. It doesn't take much time. You can get all this done in 10 minutes every single morning. And before starting your day, what did you accomplish? What you accomplished was, wow, my mind is more still and more bright. I got to meditate. In the morning, you got to practice generosity. You shared loving kindness to yourself and others. Wow, how amazing is that? In the morning, then you're already developing an act of giving by putting something in the jar. But there's all these qualities that are so beneficial for our life. And I think if you can practice this every day, you'll start to see the results. So hopefully you can try it out for yourself. I don't want to convince anyone, but like what we say in Buddhism, ei pasiko, try it for yourself. But I wanted to just give this as a practical tool because I know when I did it, my life shifted so fast. But for the rest of you, please give it a try. Hopefully you have a morning routine where it can keep you grounded and make changes in your life for the positive. But let me know your results. But as always, I hope this is helpful, and sharing my loving kindness and sharing my blessings to you all the way from Chicago. See you soon. Satu.